Good morning, everybody. It's Steve here again. It's been really good this last couple of weeks to actually come into school and see you all face to face. But today I'm sitting in my study. I've been thinking about something. You know how every day I like to read my Bible. I came across a verse that got me thinking. Quite often happens when it comes to the Bible. It's a verse that says, Romans 12:13, share with the Lord's people who are in need. Now I read that today, which happens to be Comic Relief Day. Have you been watching that on telly? Have you seen the amazing things that were done by Tom Daley, for example, with his ultra marathon, 4 days, cycling, rowing, swimming? What about Jordan North? 100 miles of rowing. Well done. Well done to them. Those are great achievements. But I was thinking about this whole idea of a special day to help others in need. Comic Relief Day. Do you know how much it raised last year? £54 million. The BBC has another day that they help to organise. That comes round in November. That's called Children in Need. Do you know how much that raised last year? £39 million. This is fantastic. This is brilliant. You really should take part in these things. But it was that verse in the Bible that got me thinking about this. It said in the Bible quite simply, share with the Lord's people who are in need. There was another verse. It came in Luke chapter 3. Anyone who has 2 shirts should share with the one who has none. And anyone who has food should do the same. These verses got me thinking about people in need. The whole idea of comic relief, children in need, got me thinking about how do you respond to the needs of others. It's great that we have these special days, that people are so generous. But as I thought about these verses, I realised God wants us to share as a way of life. He wants us to look out for those in need because it's the right thing to do. I started looking for some more verses in my Bible, things that I remembered, and I came across this one. Let me read it to you. 1 John chapter 3, verse 17. If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need, but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in them? That's one of those ouch verses where you have to check yourself and think, is that describing me? I hope not. People in need. They don't need you to wait for a special day. They need help here and now. And maybe there's things you could do. Maybe there's people you know who need some help. Don't wait for special days. Look for those in need and do what you can to help. There's another verse. I know. What's that? Is that 4 verses in one short message? There's another verse. It says this. It's in 2 Corinthians chapter 3. That's a place that Paul started a church, the Apostle Paul, and he wrote to them a couple of times. He said this, at the present time, your plenty will supply what they need, so that in turn, their plenty will supply what you need. That really got me thinking. When you see somebody in need, help them. Don't wait for a special day. Help them. Because the ones you help today might be the ones who help you tomorrow. We all have times when we're in need. And God tells us real love is when we share with those in need. I wonder sometimes about comic relief, children in need, special appeals. They're great fun, they're very entertaining. But do you and I have to be entertained before we give? Or do we have to see something really emotional before we give? Let's give to those who are in need, because they're in need and because it's the right thing to do. You take care, look out for each other, care for one another in need, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.